Right. Okay. Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining us on yet another phenomenal episode of the podcast. And today I have a special guest who is an expert in poultry business. And she's going to be teaching us on how to build a profitable and sustainable poultry business. I have with me in the studio Coach Blessing of God Abraham. So I'm just going to read out her bio so you get to understand the phenomenal person that we have in the studio today, even as we start out the conversation.
Yes.
Coach Blessing of God Abraham is a visionary founder of Kovac Farms and Consults, leading a leading agribusiness enterprise committed to empowering individuals across the globe through sustainable poultry farming business. With over 5 years of in depth practical experience in the agricultural sector, Coach Blessing of God has trained and mentored over 500 aspiring and established farmers in Nigeria and even in the diaspora, helping them launch, structure, and scale their profitable poultry venture. He's known for her hands on practical experience, results driven coaching style. She combines both technical expertise with deep passion for seeing farmers succeed. Her mentorship programs are grounded in real world practical experiences, focusing on helping farmers avoid costly mistakes while building sustainable agro businesses that thrive in today's competitive market. She is also the co founder of the enterprise with her husband, who is a veterinary doctor. Together, they are building the Global Farmers brand, a unique and holistic approach to agriculture that merges excellence in both animal and crop production. Their work not only promotes profitability, but also champions innovation and sustainability in agriculture. Coach Blessing of God, thank you very much for joining us in the studios today.
Oh,
It is such an
it's my
It is such
pleasure.
amazing to have you here. Yeah, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to our interactions. Just hearing that you have coached over 500 people in over the last 5 years, that's a lot. I'm just thinking about the fact that it's like from your bio says like very hands-on practical. That's just a lot. And so my very first question to you at this time is what sort of inspired you to start out your farming business, specifically poultry? And what was like the first challenges you encountered when you started out the business?
Okay, so to make it very short and clear, thanks for the opportunity to be on this podcast, and I'm very grateful. I don't take that for granted. So the question goes that what inspired me? So actually, I have found myself to be interested in agriculture right from childhood, most
Uh,
especially poultry farming. I found
mhm.
out that whenever I saw local chickens on the road, I get attracted to them, most especially when they have children, like when they are going in flocks. So I just
Yeah.
developed, yeah, some kind of interest that I don't really, just an interest actually. So back in my university days, I found out that that interest took me there. Though I did not take it as a course, I did not went to any agricultural school or take any agricultural course, but I just say, oh, let me start backyard poultry farming. So I got some birds and I started without having any knowledge. Remember,
Mm,
I just had passion. I had no knowledge. I only had passion. So because I don't have any knowledge, I end up losing most of my flock there. Though it's not much, but at least it's something. Because right then I was still very, very young. I just tried to lay my hand on something. By the time I was able to sell my few flocks that was remaining, it was a huge loss. It was a huge
mm,
loss. But still, despite the fact that I made a very huge loss, I still my the passion was still there. So when I graduated from the university, I just said, why not me attached myself to a farmer to learn, like a
mm,
poultry farmer to be precise. So I found a poultry farmer and I just attached myself. I wouldn't call it internship because I wasn't being paid. I was just there to help out, to learn hands on, like to learn what is going on behind the scene, on every poultry farmer to get their egg. So that was what I did. So I attached myself with it, but there was a challenge of, because I was not getting paid. More, I have to, I need money. I need cash to sustain myself. So that was how I just went. Like I left the place to just move on with my life. And also I found an opening. There was a day that a friend of mine called me that I there was an opening in a very big farm for me to just apply. Like they were looking for the position of a farm accountant. I just see it as an opportunity for me to learn and to earn, because this time I will be paid. And I was so excited. I was so excited. Wow. After all, it's a very big farm. It's even bigger than the farm I was learning before. So I got myself attached with it. I submitted my CV. I was employed, and thing went smooth until some time later, maybe 6 months down the line, because of the rough management of the previous manager. It really affected me. Looking for some flock of birds, and we were all arrested. It wasn't funny, actually. It wasn't a funny story, because anytime I remember it, really pains my heart. I was arrested, and we, after all the judgments, I discovered that they have to lay some people off, and I was part of the people they are going to lay off. Were laid off, and my vision to become a poultry farmer, to earn why I learn, and everything just crashed like that. I was devastated. I was very, very angry at some point. But one day, while I was at home, I was like, I just woke up. I said, what is wrong with me? Okay, now I'm jobless. Will the world end like that? What about my passion that took me there in the first place? Because I remember I wasn't going there only to get the money. What about that? Now I have the knowledge. To some point I can start. So what is stopping me? Fear. I discover it's not only knowledge, it is fear. I was afraid of the unknown. I was so afraid. So I had to overcome my fears at some point to start the poultry business. And got so good, I had a veterinary doctor as a husband. I said, this is a gold in my hand. Many
Yeah.
farmers there did not even have any relative as veterinary consultants, but I have. So why not start? Why not start my own? So when we get started, I first challenge my first challenge when I get started was disease outbreak. And also it was fun. Yeah, disease outbreak, which was managed by my husband as a veterinary doctor on the farm. But yeah, we have to go through that. I don't know. Are you still with
Yes,
me,
we can
ma'am?
hear you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Are you still with me? Because my connection here
Yes.
is saying,
No, I'm with you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
are you still with me?
Yes, I can see you and hear you. Coach Blessing, we can hear you. Wow.
Okay.
Yes. Turn on your camera. I don't.
Okay. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yes, we can hear you all along. Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here again.
Okay.
But
We are
since you
here.
say you can hear me. Can you hear
Yes.
me now? Okay, because
Yes.
I was seeing you again. I
Okay.
wasn't
Can
seeing.
you see me now?
Yes, I can. I can.
We've
Okay.
always been
So,
hearing you.
oh, sorry. So it was disease outbreak, and that was easily managed. Remember, my husband is a veterinary doctor, and another thing that was like a little bit challenge was pen house. We
Mm.
need a very huge capital to construct our pen house,
Yes.
regardless of how much you're starting with. You need to we need to get a place to put our beds. Do
Yes.
you understand?
Yeah.
And you remember, I was not working anymore. I was sacked. and I need to, it was the little we had that we used to put something together to get the beds and the feed
Yeah.
and the medication for them. But got so good, we had one of my husband clients was a
Yeah.
farmer, and he had a space at the backyard of his poultry farm where he said we
Yeah.
can come start there. So Coca Farm and
Oh, wow.
Consorts backyard of somebody else's poultry farm, and we were just humble enough to just accept it like that. Oh, no problem, this is a very big start, but now we are not there anymore. So my
Wow.
first thing I encounter while starting then in school in the university was disease outbreak. That was what killed all the birds. So when we
Yeah.
started properly, when Coca Farm and Consult started properly, we still encountered the same challenge because it's a common thing in the poultry industry.
Mm.
But we were able to cope that because we now have a veterinary doctor to help us out. And also for
Yeah.
the construction of the pen, we
Sure.
have
Yeah.
some help us during that time to get started. So we were
Yeah.
able to fix that, and then we keep going. Though it wasn't so, the space was not very big.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, at the backyard of his farm, so we just had to
Yeah.
manage that to get started. So those were the things that we encountered as Kuka Farm and Consult.
Wow. Just hearing your starting out story, I must say it is quite inspiring. Hearing
Thank
how you started out with the little funds that you had, your husband was
Yeah,
also helping you, and you guys were even humble enough to start at a client's backyard, just a small space,
exactly.
and
Very
with
small.
consistency. Yeah, consistency. You guys are no longer there anymore. But I
Yes,
think that there's a good lesson to learn there. There's always something that every person has in their hand that they can start out with,
exactly, exactly. And those
and
are
you
one
can
of
then grow.
the
Yeah.
so that's how,
Wow.
like, I tell my students that if you don't have anywhere to start, if you don't have anything to start, I'm a specialist in that. I've gone through that.
Mm.
I will help you. There's no excuse. You don't have any excuse. At least you can't be as, like, will I say, cashless as I was when I was starting. Yes, because
Yeah.
most of the people that want to start now had huge cash lying in their bank accounts. But mine, it was just passion. And I was even at that state, I was so devastated. I was so depressed. I wasn't
Yeah.
happy. But that was what pushed me to start. That okay, I can get started.
Mm.
I wish I was still there. Maybe I will still be collecting my salary and postponing it. I'll start tomorrow,
Mm.
next tomorrow. You understand? So I took
Wow.
that arrow to I took that situation and I made something out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And this takes us to my next question, which is many people are interested in poultry farming, but they are afraid to start, right? And they are just afraid of like you mentioned, the fear of the unknown,
Mm,
right? What are
yes.
like the first three things that a person that wants to start out poultry farming needs to consider before they start out? What are the basic thing they need to consider?
Okay, so the first thing they need to consider while starting out is they should clear up their fears and doubts. They can do it. It's not.
Mm.
It's not. It's not. It's not a new thing. So
Mm.
eradicate fear is not a new thing. They can do it. Then they should face the fact that now they are going into a very large industry. So they have to be, uh, how will I call it? Decisive. They have to know what they want to do. Okay, did
Mm.
I want to go into broiler layers? And they just have to have clarity of purpose before going. They should know that they are into this to go and solve a problem. They should be sure that they are not going into it because they see their neighbor doing that. They should have clarity of
Yeah.
purpose. Oh, I'm going into
Yeah.
this thing to solve a problem, and I'm going to
Mm.
stay in it for long. Come sunshine, come rain, no matter how tough, I'm going there. So this is what I
Mm.
want to do. And after having that clarity that yes, I'm going there now, and I want to maybe go for broilers or layers, then I have to now start going for knowledge. You have to go for knowledge because I see that most of the poultry farmers don't intending poultry farmers tend to think that what they see in the internet is enough. No, what they have seen on the internet is not enough. They can go there, they can just try to get themselves acquainted with what the small time in poultry industry is by going to YouTube, going to TikTok, looking for information there. That's still very okay, still seeking for knowledge. But they have to have that one person. Remember, I said I attached myself with a farmer.
Yes.
The truth is that there's nothing that has value that you receive free of charge like that. You won't
Yes.
see it free. No matter what you see, I have a YouTube channel. I put stuffs out
Our
there for people
country.
to
Yeah.
learn, to start, but it won't be like practical step
Hands on when
about
they are with you in the field. Yes.
exactly when they register for training, mentorship. So they need to get mentorship. They need it. Yes, it's very important. That's seeking for knowledge, looking for somebody in the industry. If they can't do online, if they can't do, they should find a farmer. Mm? Go and meet a farmer. Offer to pay themselves. Offer to work for
Yes.
them for free. Offer to
Yes.
work for them for free. I will work for you for free. I'll become your attendant. Just show me. Not all farmer will do that because some of the farmers are insecure.
Yes. I
Yes, I've
know.
seen that people are insecure. Some of my students have come to complain to me that they don't want to teach me. Fine. Before you go to 10 farmers, you see one that is willing to teach you.
Yes.
Not everybody will accept you as on their farm as a stranger, but at least look for one that is willing to train you. If you don't see one, register for training online. Those people you
Yes.
are watching their free content, what about you registering for their paid class? At least you will gain one knowledge or the other. So for
Yes.
you, I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about generally because so many farmers go into the business thinking that capital is enough. Your capital is not enough. Your knowledge is as important as your capital. So you don't need
Mm.
only cash to go into the business. If you go in with your cash alone, you will just end up losing all the cash you have, all your money. You will lose everything without the right knowledge. I've been a
Mm.
victim of that. I've been a victim of that. All the allowance I was collecting, I would have even used it to eat rather than using it to get bet and end up losing everything. So,
Mm.
the first thing is to have the clarity of purpose, know what you want to do. The second thing is to get the right knowledge, and the third most important thing is to know where you source your birth from. Know where you
Mm.
source your birth from. That's a very key factor to to the success of your poultry business when you are
Yes.
starting. Even if you are into agriculture, if you are doing plant crop production, your seedling, your seed is very important.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
So you get the right, source for the right birth. Don't be penny wise and pounds foolish. Yes, I used to
Mm.
then don't be penny wise and pounds foolish. Don't say, oh, because this is very cheap, cheaper than this, let me go for it. Make sure if you are getting, maybe you are getting your day old or point of lay, make sure you get the one that is well vaccinated, that they have a good history. If you are
Mm.
getting from Ashry, make sure it is not a Ashry that does not have any name. You can't
Mm.
even sue them. You can't, like, they are not answerable to anybody. They are just local ashery. You don't even know them, but because they sell it maybe 100 naira or 200 naira cheaper than the normal one. Yes, farmers can be very funny just because of 100 naira
Yeah.
on one bird. They will just calculate it. Oh, if I can just cut this and get what will give them problem for the rest of their investment. Yeah, so
Yes.
that's very important. So those three things, and when you get knowledge, the right knowledge, you will have known this third one I talk about. You will have
Mm.
known that. You will have known the type of thing to source for. I hope I've answered
Wow.
that.
Yes, yes, very well. Like they should be conscious as to which hatchery they go to get their a day old farm and ensure that that hatchery has like a track record of
Mm,
vaccinating their birds, treating their birds
yeah.
well, and even the people that they get the point of lay from. I think I would want to ask this question from at this point. For a person
Okay.
starting, do you think that they should start out with like day old or they should just start out with points of lay? For instance, like by day old, I mean for a person that wants to do like broilers. Okay,
I
let's put it
understand.
this way: is rearing broilers or rearing layers? Which do you advocate for a starter? or anyone is
Okay.
okay.
You asked two questions now. You
Yes.
asked question. So let me
Yes.
answer it the order. For maybe you are
Okay.
going, maybe you are a starter, you want to start with day old or sorry, broiler or layers. Which one will you
Yes.
go for? So that this question I did a whole video on it on my YouTube page. Yes, it's there.
Wow.
But let's start it. So as a newbie, there's none that you can't go for. There's none.
Wow.
You can start with day old broiler. You can start with layers. So far you have the right knowledge to train them to maturity. The point
Mm.
now is not broiler or layer. The point is, can you train them? I see many people
Mm.
coming to my DM on a daily basis. They want to buy bed, they want to buy layers, and they want to buy point of lay from me because I source for quality point of lay. When even today, I still get that question today, and I have to start explaining. When will they start laying? Will they give me good results? Should I go for that now? I still see. I can't tell you when they will start laying because I'm not the one that you want to pay 14 weeks from me. You are asking me, will they lay 18 weeks? Will they lay 19 weeks? Will they lay 20 weeks? When will they lay? I say, I'm not the one that will help you manage them. When it's leave my farm, it's going to your farm. Then you are the one that will
Yeah.
manage them. Do you have the right knowledge? So I can't tell you
Yeah.
18. Depends on you. So it depends on
Yeah.
having the right knowledge for the two. See, if you have knowledge, you will not even think of choosing maybe you can even do the two together as a newbie.
Mm.
You can even decide to do it. So far, you have the capacity and you have the
The structure
infrastructure,
for it. Yes.
a financial ability, and you have more ends to help you. You can start with the two if you have the right knowledge. So there's
Mm.
none that is not okay to start with. Maybe broilers or layers. Can you raise them? Can you raise them well? Do you know what to do when you receive your bird as
Mm.
day old? Do you know what to do? Or you just look at the fan and this is like a bonus. This is just strictly from my training, but I'll just say it. If you want a short
Thank.
term investment, like you want to invest your bird in short term, because in my training I teach people how to raise their bird to maturity, that they'll start selling it out. I mean their broiler for 6 weeks. So that means if you want your return on investment
Oh,
within a
wow.
short period of time, go for broiler. But if you want a long term, like layers, I call them money making machine. Like I call them your ATM.
Continue.
So if you want
Mm.
consistent flow, you want something on a long time, you can go for layers. But if you're just the kind of person that maybe 2 months, in 2 months you want your cash back, because layers will take a long time to mature, but they will give the best profit on the long run. So you see, you
Mm.
can go for anyone. It depends on you. If you can raise broilers well, you can do it and you want your money quick. But if you want a continuous flow of income for like 2 years, thereabouts, after raising them to maturity, from removing the time that you raise them to maturity, after maturity, you want something that is consistent flow of income, you can go for layers. But remember, the two, maybe broiler or layers, have the same factor. You have to have the right knowledge to raise them, because you can end up losing
Exactly.
the two. Without knowledge,
Yeah.
you lose them.
Mm.
So that's the first question. So the second one is that you
Wow.
said, should they do point of lay or day hold? I used to tell my students, either you have day old bed or point of lay. Day old bed dies, point of lay dies. So yes, you can't escape it. Even mature bed dies. So you can't escape having the right knowledge, having the right hand on your farm, having a veterinary consultant. Ma, I get a lot of questions in my DM. Something like, I'll be
Mm.
like, how will I tell these people that they need I'm not their doctor? I'm not
Mm.
their doctor. They need a doctor on their farm. How can you have a 2,000 capacity farm and you don't have a veterinary doctor? And your bed is coughing. You come to my DM, please now. Some people say, I'll say, have you informed the veterinary doctor? They say no, but just tell me what to use now, please. I'll say, these people are jeopardizing with their investments. Oh my God.
Wow.
These people I should tell you what to use, just like that, and you will use it. Like, you need a professional. I tell them that
Yeah.
even me, I have a veterinary doctor. So why would you
Yeah.
not have a veterinary doctor on your farm? I will ask, how many capacity are you on? They'll say 2,000. Really? Even My students that are having 100 beds have doctor, and you
Mm.
have 2,000. So if you want to go for day hold or point of lead, fine. Can you raise them from day old? Yes. If you are running away that they will not die, you better go back to your drawing board and go and learn. If you are running that, oh, I don't want them, I don't want to have mortality. We call deathbed mortality. I don't want to have
Yeah.
mortality. You are lying. You are just joking. That's why you don't want to do from day old. Some people prefer that, oh, they're still tiny. I don't have time for them when they are young. You better have that as a reason, not that you don't want to lose anything. That should be your reason.
Mm.
Maybe you don't have time to raise them. Not that you don't want. I had that they used to die. Who tell you that my children don't die? They
Mm.
do. They're sick too. They're always sick. Just like human being, just like our baby can be sick too. Adults too are sick. So you should say you don't,
Mm.
because you want to escape going to the hospital. That's why you want to escape your childhood. No. So you can do either of the two, even as a newbie. What you are even doing from day old, newbie farmer run away from day old. Oh. I see them a lot in my training. They run away. When you are doing day old, you are even saving more. You are saving more. That's if you have knowledge. In my training, I will teach you like a pro. You have knowledge. You even want to test from day old. This is
Mm.
what I used to advise. Well, if you're afraid of day old, okay, why not do it like this? Your first batch, get point of lay, then your second batch starts with you. After getting the right knowledge, then do day old. So
Okay.
you can start with any.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that um, the other question I'm about to ask you, you sort of started touching on it, which is you have coached over 500 people. And so I
Okay.
believe that there's a common pattern that you have seen in terms of like the common mistakes that new poultry farmers they make that could have been avoided. What are like the common mistakes and how can those mistakes be avoided?
Okay. So the common factor I see among new poultry farmers is that thinking that after conceiving the thoughts of wanting to start their poultry business, after conceiving that thought, and having some money in their account, the next thing is to go and buy battery cage. Cage.
Ah, yeah, the cage
Yes,
litter
yes,
system.
the
Yeah.
cage. They will come to my DM. Hello, Coach, blessing of God. I have 5 million in my account. Um, can I? How much is battery cage? How much is a battery cage? I will say, okay, what capacity is your bed? I say, I'm just starting out. I just want to buy battery cage. Even after explaining to them that, see, you need the right knowledge before you start, they'll still insist that they want to buy cage. I don't know why that cage is very important. Okay,
No,
even me, I know.
I think it's what they see online now, how the beds are just
Maybe,
arrayed,
maybe. Even me, I don't
you
start with
know.
battery.
People
I started
don't
with
like
deep.
that. You won't online now in recent time, you
Okay.
won't see that free range. That free
Oh,
range in space, like birds just moving up and down. So people
and
usually see that cage
okay.
where you put the food in the trough, there's water. So it looks very fine. Unlike, when they are littering and
No,
moving around. So
even
yeah.
countries like Uganda, Kenya,
Yeah.
they don't do battery cage. Oh. They do deep litters. They even
Oh
believe
wow.
that battery cage egg is very what would I call it? They believe that one is not too original. Let me use it. They price it low. But when they believe they are going their free range, so most of them practice big farm. They practice deep litter system.
Oh
But my
wow.
students or intending poultry farmers, because when they graduate to become my students, they know better. So the common factor is that they think when they have money, they have to buy cage with the money. Battery cage.
Mm.
They don't consider how to construct their pen, the right knowledge, how to source for their beds. They're just thinking of cage, cage. How much is cage? How much is cage? That's the first thing. After thinking of farming, the next thing is to think of battery cage. I don't know. I don't know where that thing is for that. That's the common thing I see from them. I want to get cage. Please, how much is cage? And after talking to them that, oh, how many units do you need? They'll say, which one is unit again? They don't even they don't even
Wow.
know anything about it. They'll say, which one is unit? I'm just starting and I need cage. I'll tell them, okay, I'll start explaining. The next thing is that And I want to start with 2,000 bed. How many battery cage will I buy? It's not the issue of battery cage. You can even start on the floor self. It's not cage
Mm,
that will bring egg. It's not cage that will raise your broiler to maturity. Cage doesn't bring egg. Bed will lay for you, maybe in the cage or on the floor. Even if you are
yeah.
using the system, even if you don't construct the laying box for them, they will lay on the floor, bare floor.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. With
So it's not
sawdust.
cage.
Yeah.
They will lay on the floor. So it's not cage that will make your bed lay egg. So I see them, and when you tell them that they need knowledge, they will still keep on pressurizing that it is that cage they want to buy. They should buy knowledge first instead of buying cage. Yes.
Mm.
So I see them make that mistake. They don't want to go for knowledge. They want to go for battery cage
Mm.
first.
Fantastic.
So the
Fantastic.
remaining cash with them, so they will now start thinking of getting bed. They don't even think of bed. They think of cage. They don't even think of their housing system, which is the penthouse. No,
Yes.
most of them think of getting cage without even having a penthouse construction. I
Mm.
think some of my students are now wise. They're now yeah, they're now getting wise enough now to know the difference between those things. Because maybe online, that's what they see. They think it is the
That's
cage
what's
that
common online. Yeah.
maybe that's what is happening, but that's very common. That's what I see, that they don't want to go for knowledge. They want to buy battery cage first. Like first,
Mm.
when they think of poultry farming, they think of battery cage.
Mm.
And it's not
Wow.
only in Nigeria, everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Okay.
It's very funny,
You.
but that's what they think of. That's a
Mm.
very
Mm.
huge mistake. They will even use their money to get, instead of using it to get knowledge, it should be after you have gotten the knowledge will now determine how many birds you will raise. Because when you get the knowledge,
Mm.
you'll be able to know how to raise them. Then you get your bed. Then you maybe you want to raise rent and a penthouse, or you want to construct your own. You'll be able to know even in that knowledge. You know. So the first thing is knowledge. You will know. My training is ongoing
Mm.
right now today. One of my students
Oh.
messaged me after taking feeding calculation, how to calculate the feed for your bird. He said, word for word, he said, hello, coach. I'm sorry I'm messaging you privately now because I'm supposed to drop this in the group. But I would like to just tell you, now that my eyes is open, I know that I went to go and price the feed in my area. And now you have taught me how to calculate how many gram of feed they are going to eat till maturity. I think I should cut my coat according to my size. Please, how much is day
Mm.
old? So let me know how many I want to how many I want to
That's,
buy.
yeah.
That was how he told me today, this afternoon. He said, I think I've went to go and price the feed in my area. I see how expensive it is. And I know how many they
Mm.
want. So probably he had some quantity in his mind before. Eh,
Yeah.
somebody will have 2 million naira in his account and he say he wants to do 2,000 beds. Is he 1,000 naira per bed? I don't even know. I mean, I don't know how he wants to do it. And he want to buy battery cage out of the 2 million. He's pricing battery. He will not even price locally made one. He's pricing a foreign cage, new one, the one that's 600,000 naira per unit. So it's lack of knowledge. It's lack of knowledge,
Mm.
basically.
So
Yes, if they know.
I like what you just highlighted now, that your coaching program is beyond just the basics. At least you still teach them the business management side. Because look at this example you made now, that the
Mm,
man now said, I'm going to price it to, because of what you're
mm,
teaching us, it's going to cost
yes.
me this amount. So I think I need to start like this. So it's good to know that you're also teaching them how to, sort of minimize cost, which is one of the questions I'm going to ask now. Because feed cost is like a major concern for like poultry farmers, right? What strategies can farmers use to manage that cost without compromising the bird health? Because sometimes it's the way you feed your bird, that's how they will lay if they are layers. It's the way
Of
you feed
course.
them, that's how they will be big if they are broilers. And but
Of
we
course.
know that the cost of feed is high, right? So what are like the ways that farmers can sort of manage that cost without compromising the health of their birds?
Okay.
Is it okay?
So um okay. So to be honest with you, are you with me,
Yeah.
ma?
Yes, I
This
am.
is very this is a very sensitive question, and
Ah, yeah.
I need to answer it well. Farmers are complaining that feed are expensive. Please let me ask you, what about the broilers and the egg we are selling now? Is it cheap?
Mm, I think a crate is like 6,000 or 6,500, depending on the sizes.
Depending on your location, right? Though in my
Yeah.
location is not still up to that. Yes, a
Oh,
crate of egg
wow.
1,000 in Ogun State here. That is because the
How
feed
much?
is not expensive in that place. They're selling it at 6,000 naira.
How much did you say is a crate?
Right now in my location, at least 5,000 to 5,003. Yeah.
Like jumbo size or
Yeah.
those size. You know the
No,
way
no,
they
no.
you put that. You know the way they sort it. Sometimes some people will sort it.
Uh-huh.
They'll mix it. They'll put small one inside the big crate. Mix it in all like all. A crate comes in 30. Are you there, Coach Blessing? Can you hear me? I think there's a bit of network glitch on our end. But as I was saying, sometimes in my own location, right, you see these farmers, they will sort the eggs in the crates. Like not all of them are big. Some are big, some are small. But there's also the crates where every one of them is big. So if you are buying that type where everyone is big, is more expensive. Not like expensive per se, but it's like 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira in dollars, how much would that be? Maybe somewhat around $3 and 20 cents, right? But in Nigerian naira, it's 6,000 naira. So if a person is paying 6,000 naira for a crate of egg, it's just what it is. But I am thinking that she will join us shortly. She's having a bit of network glitch. I think she'll join us shortly. But it has just been a very interesting conversation. Just hearing her talk about the fact that when most people are thinking about poultry business, the first thing that sort of comes to mind for them is they want to go and buy battery cage. But I'm also just learning that the first thing that every single person that wants to go into any agricultural venture, I think this is like a common thread. Every single guest I bring on the podcast, they keep insisting that your first point of call is knowledge acquisition. Like you have to sort of understand what it is that you want to do first. And based off of that, you then have adequate data to make like decisions on how to proceed further. So there's no way you're going to start a poultry business based off of what Coach Blessing has shared with us thus far. Guys, just bear with us. I'm very sure she'll join us shortly, but she's having a bit of network glitch. Um, that your very point of call is knowledge. Invest in knowledge. And I think that, like she mentioned, guys, please just bear with us, please. She's having a bit of network glitch and she'll join us back shortly. But as I was saying, I think from what she has mentioned, our very first point of call is knowledge acquisition. I like the example that she gave of that her students that said, now that I know the cost of feed, that it will cost me from day old to when they'll start laying, I have to like cut my coat according to my material. Coach Blessing is back. Coach Blessing, are you back? I think she's still having a bit of network glitch. Just bear with us, guys. Some of the challenges that we face in this part of the world, but just bear with us. She would be back in no time. Okay. Um, all right. Just bear with us. But she should be back in no time. I think from what has just sort of played out here, Just give me a minute, please. Just give us a minute, please. Thank you for your patience, guys. Thank you for your patience, guys. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Just trying to reconnect. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your patience with us. We're just experiencing a bit of connectivity issues, so please just sort of bear with us. Bear with us, bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. I'm not certain why that is, but just bear with us. We should be back in no time. But I hope that you are learning a couple of things as regards starting out a profitable poultry business. I hope that you're learning a couple of things from this conversation and interaction. Please, if this is your first time on here, be gracious enough to subscribe to the channel, subscribe, share, so that the channel is able to grow and we are able to share this information with more people. One of the reasons why I do the podcast is because um, I've seen that there's a bit of disinterest, particularly but for young people. There's just this disinterest that young people have as regards agriculture, because most young people think about agriculture as a as the pathway to penury, without understanding that agriculture in itself is a viable means to prosperity and economic empowerment. And so this is why I do the podcast, because I want to be able to just sort of showcase the stories of thriving entrepreneurs and people that are doing profitable agricultural ventures and sustainably as well. To also ensure that people are getting to see that this is something that can be done and then invest their time and energy and resources into doing it. So that's one of the reasons why uh, I do the podcast. And so, guys, please do subscribe, share, like, and do all the all the UTV stuff. All the UTV stuff. Share, like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, comments, like, ask questions. You could also go back and watch any episodes that you are interested in, even if it's like an old episode. If you drop your comments there in terms of like questions, I would be able to read those questions and take the questions to the guest, and they'll still answer it, even though it has been a while back. Yes, yes. And also, we do have a WhatsApp community, and the link is in the description. I'll put the link on the description as well. So if you know any person that's sort of interested in agriculture, but they really don't know which aspect or facet of agriculture that they want to be a player in. I think that this podcast will sort of help them in terms of like making a decision. They're just people that know that, okay, yes, there's money in agriculture, there's money in agriculture, but where exactly is this money? I think that just sharing this podcast with someone like that gives them a lot of, I would say, a lot of information that when they go through the various episodes, depending on what their interest is in, they then see which of them they want to. They then see which of them. They then see which of them they want to participate in. So yeah, and also they then see which of them they want to participate in. So yeah, so please do share, subscribe, comment, watch the episodes, ask your questions, because personally, I believe that agriculture in itself is a viable means for economic empowerment, not just for national development, but even as individuals. There's always a role. I feel like regardless of your expertise, there's always something that you can do within agriculture. If you say you are, I've had guests like, this is the 28th episode, and God willing, before the end of this month of May, I should have over 30 episodes on this podcast, right? And that's to say that I have interviewed quite a number of people. Like over, okay, close, how many is the dozen? 12 is the dozen, right? Over 2 dozens, if I'm going to say dozens, but I've interviewed quite a handful of people. And the beautiful thing that I get to see in every interaction is there's just so much that can be done with what we have as a people, whether in Nigeria, which is where I'm resident in, or even on a continent level. There's just so much that can be done. And one of the beautiful things I like every single time I interview people is just seeing how a lot of young people across the continent, whether it's after is in East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, or South Africa, are doing tremendous stuff. Guys, just bear with us. I think Coach Blessing is having a bit of connectivity issues. I'm not certain why. It's just saying trying to connect. Just bear with us. Guys, bear with us, please. For every time my head's bowed down, I'm just trying to like, oh, okay, what's happening? What's happening? On that end, I think it's like network issues, service provider issues, just one of those things. If you're in Nigeria, you understand. This session was meant to hold last Friday, but because of the same connectivity issue, we had to move it to today. That's a Monday. Mm, so I'm thinking, please bear with us. Coach Blessing is trying her best to come on the call, but I think the internet connection on our end is not so strong. I'm guessing so. Mm, okay. I think she's trying to join in with even multiple devices, but they are all the same. Guys, just bear with us. Please, please be patient with us. These are technical challenge issues, but just be patient with us. We will be back in no time. So, as I was saying, um, doing the podcast as well is also like a learning experience for me. Yeah, it's just like a learning experience for me. It's helping me see that where the opportunity lies and also where there are gaps as well and what can be done to fill out those gaps. So yeah, I really do like hosting the podcast. I really do like that. I really do like that. We have a couple of questions to still run through quickly. Oh yes, glory to God.
Finally.
Yeah, well done.
Finally.
Sorry to stress
Finally.
you. I've just been talking to the audience and just saying that they should please understand with us that these are some of the challenges we face sometimes when streaming the podcast.
Oh,
But thank you for your persistence.
can you see me? Oh God.
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you, but those are you're frozen, but I can see and hear you.
I can only see myself.
But you can only see yourself. Can you see me now? I've been here all along.
I can't hear this.
Oh, you can't hear anything. Wow. Can you see me? Wow, guys, the
Gosh.
network, no weapon fashioned against this podcast shall transfer that will prosper. We have to have it
Thought
today.
we were
Like,
joking.
we need to. Guys, be patient with us. She says she can't hear or see me. Um, let me leave the studio and come back. Okay. Can you see me? Coach Blessing, can you see me? Coach Blessing, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think she's still having the network glitch. Guys, be patient with us. We're just having a bit of connectivity issues, but just bear with us. Ooh. Hi guys, we have a bit of a network challenge. Yes. Guys, just be patient with us. I know I've been saying it over and over, but this is just something that is beyond my control at this time in terms of like the network. But Coach Blessing is very persistent. Behind the scenes, she's trying to change service providers. So just be patient with us. Please, please, please be patient with us. We have just a couple of questions more to to wrap up this um, episode. Because where we were at the time was like a myth of the gist. We're almost done, Sha. Just a couple of questions more. Just questions around feed production, managing your feed. Those are just the questions, just a couple of questions. So just be patient with us. If you're in Nigeria, you know that there are things sometimes that are beyond your control. This is one of such cases. So bear with us. Please do bear with us. Thank you so much for your understanding. We have just probably 3 or 4 questions more, then we'd wrap up the session for today. Let's see if she's able to rejoin. Hi, Coach Blessing. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
Thank
you
you for
now.
your Thank you for your patience. I know that it has been such a stressful one. Thank you for your patience. And also to our audience, thank you as well. These are some of the challenges we
Just
experience.
hearing sound.
Oh, you're not hearing me proper. Oh. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I was saying thank you for your patience. Thank you for reconnecting over and over and over again. I think the network issues from my end. Wow. Okay, so guys, the network glitch has happened again when I least expected it to. So please bear with us. I know I've been saying bear with us a lot, but just bear with us. We should be back up in no time. So just bear with us. Just bear with us. I think that one of the major things I've learned in this conversation today is there's for you to start out any agricultural venture, you need to get mentorship. Like that's the way to save yourself time, energy, and money. Yeah, get mentorship. Like knowledge acquisition is like the basic foundation in this. Yes, welcome back.
I'm here again. This one is just cutting me off like that. I'm
Sorry.
here again.
Is-
Oh, hey.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can see
Thing is
you.
rolling. Oh my god.
I
Oh
can
my
hear you. I
god.
can
Oh
see
my god.
you. Because blessing,
This is just rolling, rolling, rolling.
I can hear you. I can see you.
I can see you, but I can barely hear what you are saying.
Oh, you can't
But
hear
I can
me?
see you.
Okay. So what I will do is I'll put the question on the screen. Probably just answer the questions from the screen. Because listen, I'll put the question on the screen, then you answer the questions from the screen. I'll put the question on the screen.
Are you with me, ma?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I think I can see question now. So feed costs are a major concern for poultry farmers. What strategy can farmers use to manage costs without compromising bird health? I pray that I am on live, right? I just pray that you can hear me. I'm watching from another device here, so I can see you, but I just pray you can hear me now.
I can hear. Yes, I
So
can hear you.
okay, so feed costs are a major concern for poultry farmers. What strategy can farmers use to manage costs without compromising bird health? So, as I've said earlier, that this question is kind of dicey because for us, for we poultry farmer, we is a major is a major concern. But ever since we've started, poultry farming has been existing. Our cost, the more our inputs, increase, that's how our output increase too. So for example, the cost of egg right now, as we were discussing before, the cost of egg is not the same thing. Yes, the cost of egg is not again. Like we've been selling egg for sometimes for 3,000 naira, then 4,000, then 5,000. So the higher the inputs, the higher the output too. So we don't need to compromise. That's what brings me back to that's what brings me back to knowing your cost. From the inception, I said we should count our costs. I said we should go for knowledge. So when you go for knowledge, you're able to know what you can raise to maturity. And let's assume you are in the business already. Let's assume you are there already. You can always, you can always count your cost, know what the cost of production that make you produce what you are producing. For example, you are a layer farmer. What is your cost of production for producing one egg? Calculate it together, then sell it, include your profit and sell it. So there's no need to compromise on your egg right now. I hope you can hear me. I don't know, maybe I'm talking to
Yes,
myself.
yes,
Oh my god.
yes, we can hear
I
you.
don't know, maybe I'm talking. I just need a feedback.
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
need a feedback.
Oh God,
I'm
I
watching
can
from
hear
my
you.
device here, but it's not. I need a feedback. I need a feedback. I don't know. I can see myself. Let me ask here. Okay. Okay, you say we can hear you. Okay, so you can hear me. You can hear me. So yeah, I see somebody say they can hear me. So try to manage your costs by calculating everything, every of your inputs. Calculate every of your inputs before you sell that produce out. So there's no need to compromise. No matter how expensive feed is getting, that is our input. You have to just put something on what you're like, you have to just add it. That's in the place of record keeping. The cost of producing your egg this month might not be the same thing as the cost of producing your egg next month. So you have to add it together and know what you're going to sell out there, and also be aware of the competitive market. Do you understand? So that you'll be able to know what you are doing. So you can't be too high than the market, your cost, your output low. You have to know what you are doing. You have to count your cost. You have to have a proper record on your farm. I hope I've answered that.
Mhm. Yes,
I hope I've answered that.
yes.
I wish I can hear feedback. Okay, how can farmer ensure low mortality rates and harsh or rural condition. You say, how can farmer ensure low mortality rates? Okay, so to do something, you need to have a veterinary consultant on your farm, a veterinary doctor or a health consultant on your, so that you'll be able to mitigate this. No matter maybe you're in a rural condition or a rural area, or so you have to, you know, you have to learn how to manage your bird in different weather. Even after having a veterinary consultant, you yourself, you go for knowledge, you yourself, you try to learn more. I hope you heard me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes.
I hope you heard me. And you also have to, you have to also put your vaccination well. That's the veterinary doctor. We tell you when to do that. So how can farmer ensure low mortality rate? I think I've answered that. What's the next question? What's the next question? Okay, what role does mentorship play in building a thriving poultry business, and how can new farmer access the right guidance? So mentorship play a very crucial role in it play a very crucial role in having a successful poultry business. Why do I say that? When you register for mentorship, that means you have a coach that you're accountable to. That means you have somebody that will tell you what you need to do, how to get started, when you want to make your mistake, somebody to call you back and tell you, no, this mistake you're about to make will not make sense. Mm? Like during the period of the mentorship, even we at Coca Farm and Consult, after we are done with our mentorship, the 7 days training, we still give allowance for 2 weeks for question and answer to help you answer all your real life question. So when when you pay for mentorship, you will be able to get the right knowledge. You won't make some certain mistake. I said I told our host about one of my students that messaged me today, telling me that, oh, now I can see what I'm doing wrong, I can see what I'm doing right. He said now his eyes is open, he wants to get the bet, he has gone to calculate, he has gone to price the feed, and now he know what he's going into. I should tell him how much he did old cost, so that he will be able to cut his cost. So that is part of the mentorship. Will not it will avoid you, it will make you avoid the risk of losing all your money, or largely most of your money, when you are investing in poultry business. So you'll be able to know what works in the business. You're able to, like, it's like you're climbing on your shoulders, your mentor's shoulder. I hope you get my point. Do we still have a question? Do we still have other question?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that we can run through it, because I still have class by 8 p.m. today.
Oh, okay.
Though I believe you can, I can't hear you honestly, but I believe you can hear me. So you and your husband are building the Global Farmers brand, which integrates crop and livestock. What's the benefit of this holistic approach? So we are building a Global Farmers brand. Yes. So we hiring farmers across the globe through our online mentorship to learn how to build a sustainable and a profitable poultry business. So that is what gives birth to the Global Farmers brand, because we are planning to train farmers not only in Nigeria but in the diaspora on how to start and scale their poultry business. Remember, we started from a very low, like we started very low, and we started with something that somebody we call, they don't have nothing, they don't have anything. And we start, if we can start like that, that means anybody can start like that. So we are helping farmers, intending poultry farmers that has something, but they don't know they have something. They have the passion, they have at least something to start with. We are helping them start, and also we are helping them to stay in business in and out of season by having the right knowledge. And we are not only doing it in Nigeria, we are doing it globally. That is why we make our training online. Of course, we have our offline training, which is the on-site training, but we feel that that is limited to people in Nigeria. So that's why we have, we make it online so that many people, even in the diaspora, more every of our training, every batch, we are running the May edition right now. People in the diaspora register. That is why we make it in a time that will be preferably for and also join. We make it 8 p.m. every day so that at least people will be able to people in the diaspora will be able to learn too. They'll be able to join at that time. So we are helping farmer globally because we discover that many people in the diaspora, they want to invest in Nigeria, and like the common thing they invest in is farming, both crop farming and poultry farming. So that is the common thing they invest in. So we help them have their farm. Though we have farmers too in diaspora that their farm is there, we still helping to get started the right way. But we discover that most investors, most poultry farmers that are in the diaspora, they invest their business in Nigeria. For example, somebody is in the USA, he's having a poultry farm here, he's not able to monitor it. We say, okay, register you yourself, you can register for training, or you register your attendance, you register your workers in the training so that you guys will be able to know what to do. So we are helping everybody globally to avoid the risk of losing their hard-earned money, to avoid every risk in poultry farming by handing on the practical. I hope I answered the question correctly, and I hope I'm heard. Yes, say you can hear me. Okay, though I can't hear you, but by faith I know you can hear me. By faith. Okay, now I can see you. Okay, how can poultry farming be made appealing and profitable for youth and women in rural and urban area? How can it be made appealing and profitable? Poultry farming is a profitable business. It is, and it's not only limited to man. It's for both men and women. Poultry farming is a profitable business if you have the right knowledge, if you have the right skill for it. It will be very sweet. Most of us, what we call uh something that is hard is ignorance. Nothing is hard actually. It's what we don't know. Yes, it's what we don't know that is hard for us. So to make it appealing, you need to know what you are doing. Or better still, have somebody that have the right knowledge. Be it you are a man or a woman. Poultry farming at large, even crop farming is not limited to man alone. It's for both male and female. It's for both male and female. And as a woman, if you are going to poultry farming right now, make sure as you're going in with your capital in your left hand, go in with knowledge in your right, your poultry farming business. You not be the kind of farmer that is always crying, because this thing can make people cry. Oh, my bed is sick today. Oh, I lost money tomorrow. Oh, I don't know how to sell my broilers today. I don't know how to sell. In short, to even solve that problem, at Coca Farm and Consult, we even created an online platform, an online marketplace for we created an online marketplace. We call it Coca Agromat. This is a marketplace just like Gigi to make buying and selling of agricultural produce easy globally. To make it easy, you can visit the Coca Agromat. Just visit the website. So in case you are in business, in case you are in this poultry business or in agricultural business, and you find selling your produce, you find it hard, just go and list it there for free. The free package is there for you to just list it, and people will get your contacts there, and get your produce. It's even better than you marketing to all your local area alone. So we've really tried to make poultry farming both appealing, sustainable through our mentorship training. We try to make it very, very easy, even through our online platform where you can sell your agricultural produce for free with ease. Mhm. So if you are holding your capital, hold your knowledge so that poultry farming be appealing to you. Okay, so for someone listening, who is afraid to start or struggling to grow, What one piece of advice would you give to help them take action today? For someone listening and afraid to start, fear is number. See, fear is number one thing that is common to everybody. I am afraid, you are afraid, everybody is afraid. But one thing I used to tell my students is whatever you want to do it afraid. Do it afraid. You can be shivering like this, you can be shivering, like you can be shivering. Make sure you are doing it shivering. Do it afraid. Hmm? Do it afraid. And I told you, most of our fear is ignorant. We don't know. That's why we are afraid. If we know better, we will do better. So if you are planning to start, I was once afraid to get started. I was once like you. In my story, I shared how I was working in an organization. There could be nothing as devastating as that. I forgot to mention that time that I was laid off in my place of work, I was planning my wedding. Yes, I was laid off. This is me getting married, a new bride in my right hand, and also a sack letter in my left hand. So I was, of course, I was afraid. As a new bride, I did not have anything doing. I did not have anything. So you see now, see where I was coming from. What I have passion for, I've gone there. I'm working. I'm getting paid. All of a sudden, we're all arrested for something that I knew nothing about. Even everybody that was arrested knew nothing about. It was lack of mismanagement of the past manager. So, right, we were being, arrested, and I was planning my wedding. Everything just went like that. I was happy on my wedding day. I was dancing, happily married, but happily unemployed. Abi, is this sadly unemployed? I don't know what I would call it. So the fear is there. Everybody feel fear. Everybody feel fear. Even when I wanted to start our exclusive mentorship training, the online training, I was afraid. What if nobody register? What if nobody? But even right now, people are even like they are taking a queue to even for the next edition. When one edition is going, the next edition there is a queue down. But I do it afraid. When I did my first webinar to train poultry farmer for free, I did it afraid. Believe me, this thing that I used, the platform I used, it was overfilled. It was filled up with even angry that why would I use a platform that could not accommodate everybody, because it got to the brim and it was rejecting people that it was filled up. When I did my first free webinar for people, for intending poultry farmers, but I did it afraid. Nobody will see your fear if you are not shivering now. Nobody will see. So I will just advise you, do it afraid. So far you have the right knowledge. Make sure you are doing it with the right knowledge. If you are doing it afraid and you are not doing it right knowledge, that's not too good. Have the right knowledge and your capital and do it afraid. And you will thank me later. Okay, he said there's another question here. For people who want your mentorship and coaching, how can they connect with you? Well, you can just go to all our social media platform at Coca Farm and Consult. So you can send us a DM there. I don't know my number right here. My business line 08145482931. I think our host can help put that out. But in case you just like, if you're not in poultry farm, you're an intending poultry farmer, most especially, you can go to our page. All the social media platform is Coca Farm and Consult. KOCHAV Farms and Consult on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. So you can get in touch with us there. You can send us a DM there, then we reply to you and direct you to our WhatsApp and take it up from there. So yes, Coca Farmers. Yes, I can see it on the screen right there. I think our host is hearing me. I'm the only one I'm not hearing as well. So Coca Farm and Consult, you can get in touch with us there, and we take you to we take it up from there.
Fantastic, fantastic. Can you hear me, Coach Blessing? Not sure.
Oh, I can barely
I would
hear
say
anything.
I would just say thank you. Let me write it down. Uh,
Okay, I can hear you now. I think I can hear you.
Finally! Wow, wow.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
can hear you.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
can hear
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. Let me just type it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. I hope you can hear what I was saying. I was
I
saying
think
it by
everything
faith,
you said.
actually. Oh, really? Israel.
Yeah, that's why I kept using the comment to say we
Okay.
can hear you. I kept using the comment to say we can hear you. I could hear you, but I wasn't sure why you couldn't hear me.
He's keeping again. Israel. Israel. Maybe you should type it. Maybe you should put it on the screen because right now. Okay, you're welcome. She said, thanks for your patience and your time. You're welcome, ma. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So
It's my
I'll say
pleasure,
just
ma.
call your I'll put your should I put your number on the wait, let me see. I'll put your number on the screen too.
Okay. Thank you
You can
very
hear me?
much.
Let
Thank
me
you
just put
very
your number
much for that.
on the screen. Yeah. So that people
Thank you
can
very
easily
much.
WhatsApp or call you. I know that you need to go for your class now, but I'll just put your number and your farm name on the screen and let it roll. People can call you and connect with you. I know that you need to go for a class that you have by 8, so you can definitely go now. But I'll put your number and your farm
Okay.
contact on the screen.
Thank
You will just
you.
roll.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very much.
go right now because I have a class by 8 p.m. this
Yes,
evening
yes,
now.
I understand. I understand.
So I need to
Definitely.
go.
That's fine.
Thank you very
Totally fine.
much, Ma. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
the privilege to come here to inspire people with my story. I'm so excited. Even though the network was doing like this, thank God that people can still hear me. That's the most important thing. I really appreciate you, Ma. And
Thank you.
on behalf of Coca Farm and Consult, I say a very big thank you for hosting me, hosting our brand. Hosting our
Yes, yes,
brand. Thank
yes.
you very much. I appreciate. And thank you everyone for listening. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody for taking your time to listen and to bear with the network. I will see you some other time, ma'am. And have a wonderful day ahead. I will need to go now.
All right, no problem.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh.
So, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience and just bearing with us, regardless of our connectivity issue. Like as I promised, I'm going to put her. I just want to type it out on all social. Then as well, I promised to put her number as well. So guys, connect with Coach Blessing of God on all social media platforms as Coca Farms and Consults. Yeah. And let me also drop in her number as well. You could text her directly on WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok. Let me just put their email here as well. Coca. And the phone number. Okay. Okay. So 145482. Okay, guys. So this is Coach Blessing's contact. Okay, I'll just put everything. Let me put everything together in one place so that you can connect with her as promised. Let's see. Give me a minute. I'm going to allow it to be on the screen for a while so that, yep. Okay, there you have it. So, guys, please connect with her. Connect with Coach Blessing of God on all social media platforms. Cocoa Farms on Consult, Cocoa Farm on Consult at Gmail, and that's her phone number. It's on the screen. I'm going to let it be on the screen for a while, and I think I should also. I'll definitely put it on the description. I think I should be able to put it on the description. Yeah. But thank you for everybody that stayed from the beginning till the end. Thank you for your patience. We had a lot of network glitches today. Um, I think I haven't had this kind of network glitch in a long time. But sometimes there are things that are just beyond your control, regardless of how much you try to control it. And so that's just one of the elements. I think life has a way of also just reminding us that there are certain things that are beyond our control, right? So please connect with her if you're interested in starting out a poultry business, whether you're interested in um, boilers, which boilers? Boilers, that's like you want to raise bed for meat purposes, they are called boilers. If you want to raise bed for laying egg purposes. They are called layers. And so she mentioned that what you would then venture into is dependent on if you want a recurring revenue stream, you have to consider maybe layers because that one, once you get them at point of lay, you can have them lay over and over and over and over for like almost 2 years. But for boilers, she mentioned that within 6 to 8 months, they are ready to be ready for consumption. So if you're looking for like quick and fast cash, she definitely said you could go for broilers. If you're looking for sustainability and continuity, then you should consider layers as well. So I've placed her contact across the social media platform. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, and they do like global training. So whether you're in country or out of the country, you can always sort of connect with them and then reach out to them for their mentorship. Like she mentioned, when you're starting out your poultry business, the very first thing you need to consider is knowledge first so that you don't waste energy, time, and resources that could have been conserved or that could have been leveraged to do much more things. So please take out the time to reach out to her and she'll definitely put you through. She had to just go because her mentorship classes were starting by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, which is a couple of minutes away, probably like 20 minutes from now. So she had to just go and then prep. But all the same, thank you so much, guys, for your patience with us on the call today. We'll see what we can do and ensure that we don't have so much technical and network glitches in the next episode. The next episode will be up in 3 or 4 days time. Live, it's usually a live session, and I will be having someone from that is an African youth representative for the World Food Forum, on youth and policies, and just coming to talk to us about those things that's just happening on that high exec level as regards agriculture and what youths can do to be fully engaged in agriculture. So, guys, thank you. If this is your first time here on the podcast, please feel free to if this is your first time here on the podcast, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If this is your first time on the podcast, like, share, comment, subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe. so that we are able to take this message to as much people as we can. But all the same, thank you so much for your time, your effort, your patience. See you in the next episode, which is in probably 3 days from now. So have a pleasant evening if you're in Nigeria. Have a pleasant afternoon or morning if you are in another part of the world. And so, thank you, thank you. God bless.